He wanted Bam to catch it and drive it, and Bam lost the ball. So it was a great call.
Thank you. As always, please raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you.
John, what did you want your team to get out of this kind of game, and what did you think you did get?
We wanted to guard threes, make them take tougher twos or really contested threes. And then the other thing is, I didn't know if they played the whole game the way they played, but it ended up, I told them, you're not going to be able to run offense because they just run and trap you. So you got to attack, and that's what led us to playing that fast. And that doesn't happen that often. We've had one team do that to us in my time here, and that was Indiana in the NCAA tournament. I think we won by 10 or 12 or 14, whatever it was, that said, we're speeding them up the whole game, see if they can stay with us. So this is like the second team that just said, just keep playing that way. And I don't blame Coach, because this is how they play. They were 2-0. This is what they do. They shoot threes. They scramble the game up. They don't let you run offense. They make you play basketball. And they believe they're in better shape than the teams they're playing. So he didn't want to change for this game, and I don't blame him. On the other side, that's why we scored so many points.
Questions?
Coach, this was the second straight game where you had a lot of players in double figures, a lot of assists. Is that more a function of just game flow, or does that reflect the unselfishness of this team?
Well, you know, it's every one of these guys could, try to get 30. You got every one of them that have that kind of ability, and they know they have to do it together. The one thing we're not doing right now, we got to post the ball, and you saw later in the game, I just forced them to throw the ball inside. You cannot play winning basketball unless you have post presence. How about Bam's energy? Was that crazy? Like his motor? Well, if he plays with that kind of motor and he can do it for a long time in the game, you better play that way, or I can't take his minutes and give them to you, whoever you are. I mean, then he's going to play every minute he can play. And it's so, okay, missed a free throw, missed a jumper, it doesn't matter. That motor is how you win ball games. I tried to do some stuff with Wenyon, because I told Derek, I know who you are. I need to keep learning about this kid, which is why I played him more. De'Aaron Fox showed his speed. Just, why are you jogging it up? Well, to play that way more than 4 or 5 minutes is really hard. But we got winded, and I told him, it showed that we got to be in better shape, or you got to play less minutes, one of the two.
Do you have an idea of how many guys you feel comfortable with in a rotation right now?
I would say 8 or 9, and that all depends on how many minutes guys can play. I mean, we're playing to win, and if you looked at this, you'd have to say Bam stood out. If you're playing those 3 guards, then sometimes you got 3 guards, sometimes you have 2. Dom and Michael fighting for that other spot. And I would say those bigs, again, do you play all 9 or you cut it to 8? That's going to be when they get in. If they deserve to play, they'll get more time. This game was hard for those guys. They were playing guards. I mean, you had to move your feet and play a guy that's, not quite as big as you are.
John, after 2 big wins like this in the exhibition, how difficult is it to keep the guys grounded, knowing it's going to get more difficult?
Well, I think they know, but, that I just told them, I said, we're going to practice we have off tomorrow. We're practicing Tuesday, Wednesday, and we're really going to get after it, because Thursday I got to back up because we play 3 games in 5 days, including travel. So there are things we got to get done, and I think they know it. The things we're doing in practice are bringing out that will to win. But everybody's going to have to understand you're responsible for you and how you play. 40 what?
No, there's 29 total dunks tonight. Which one did you like the most?
You know, I wouldn't watch it. I couldn't even tell you who dunked. I think I saw Malik do something crazy, and I saw Wenyan on the break, you know, go through guys and dunk, just long arms. Bam had a couple. Sasha had a couple, you know. But if you stretch us out, I don't care who you are, if the court is stretched against us, whether you're trying to slow us down, a stretched court speeds us up. They were speeding us up even more by trapping, just leaving, and then we got it and just went, and now we're looking dunks or layups. And so I think, again, this team's got to post the ball. We got to be a better defensive team. That's what we're going to be, like everybody. We still don't trust each other because we're so young that you got to play team defense. You can't just play your man, even though you got to guard your guy. And then I think the other thing is I like the fact we share the ball. You know, for 2 games we've had 30 assists. And again, I understand our exhibition games and we should win both those games by 30, 40, whatever it was. But to win real games, to win against Division I teams, you got to execute. You got to post the ball. Defensively, you know, you got to be a team that rotates and at times appears to have 6 guys on the floor. What do you think, Rex? Good? Okay.
Any questions? Last call.
Thanks, guys.